We have a Seahawks mailbag coming up. This is where we take the best questions and answer them here on our show. So if you want to be featured in this week's mailbag, go to the comments right now. Use hashtag Seahawks. Get your questions in. We're going to go through all of them, pick the best questions, and answer all of them this week. Get your questions in right now. Hashtag Seahawks. Welcome into Seahawks Today by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Megan Payton, and this video is made possible. Thank you to our friends over at Magic Spoon. Magic Spoon is healthy, delicious, and nutritious. It is the best cereal you will ever eat. Go to magicspoon.com/Seahawks to get $5 off your order today. Well, Richard Sherman has officially decided to go to Tampa. He announced today in his own podcast, actually a promotion for his own podcast, that he is planning on signing with the Buccaneers. So all hopes of getting cornerback Richard Sherman back are gone, and this is upsetting. Pete Carroll did not make a move early enough, and so guys like this are going to find a new home so we can end the signing rumors for Richard Sherman. We kind of expected this was going to happen, but it's now official. Richard Sherman is no longer an option. He put out a tweet earlier today saying, "I'm back." All of this is in episode 1. This is where he said, go to his podcast to find out. So Richard Sherman is going to be a Buccaneers, which, as if they need more weapons, the Seahawks could have really benefited from Richard Sherman. And I got to be honest, I'm upset about this. I thought that Pete Carroll was going to just bring it together and say, hey, we're doing this. We see the rumors about the Bucs. Let's get on him early. Let's figure this out. But he didn't. Richard Sherman is going to the Bucs. And if you're as angry as I am, go to the comments right now. Type UGH. Let's let it out so we can move on and discuss new options. But it's okay to be upset because I am upset as well. Go right now and let your anger out in the comments. Before we talk about other alternatives, another alternative we do have to shut down is CJ Henderson. I know that some of you guys had mentioned this could be a potential good option as a Tre Flowers replacement. Well, he is with the Jaguars, but is going to be traded to the Panthers. Ian Rappaport tweeted earlier saying that the trade is indeed going to happen. The Panthers are closing in on it. He lists the details. Panthers are going to be giving up tight end Dan Arnold and a 3rd-round pick. In return, they are going to be getting cornerback CJ Henderson and a 5th-round pick. So RIP to Richard Sherman and to CJ Henderson. Not as concerned about CJ Henderson. That would have been, sure, a good addition. Richard Sherman is way more disappointing to me. But what really concerns me is just that we haven't had any moves, changes, or developments in the cornerback position. So right now I am calling Pete Carroll to make a move, whether this is starting someone else in their own locker room, whether this is signing someone new, doing a trade. Things need to happen now. The trade deadline is November 2nd. I get it. We're only at beginning of October, actually end of September, but we still need to think about this because guys like Richard Sherman are going to keep going away. Guys, trades are going to keep happening. CJ Henderson, guys like him are going to go away. So Pete Carroll needs to figure this out now. And we look and talk about the depth chart as far as secondary. And when you look at the cornerback situation, it's not good. Tre Flowers, I've said it a lot. It is time to replace him. I'm sorry. We are no longer going to be nice about this. I think it's time to bring in Sidney Jones, at least try him out. I think one positive is Trey Brown could be playing soon. And so maybe we're going to see something out of him. I do think, we've said this before, I do think give DJ Reed some time just to get a little bit more comfortable. I'm not nearly as concerned with him, but it is important that the Seahawks figure out what is their weakest link right now, which is the secondary, specifically the cornerbacks. I'd like you guys to decide right now, knowing that Richard Sherman is gone, CJ Henderson is gone, who is the next best option for the Seahawks to sign or trade? Go to the comments right now. Give me your thoughts. It is time to move on and start figuring out what Seattle is going to do. And guys, if you're in the mood to try something new, I strongly suggest trying out Magic Spoon. I've got peanut butter right here. This is healthy cereal that tastes delicious. It has 0 sugar in it. It has only 4 net grams of carbs and like 14 grams of protein. This cereal is insane. I'm telling you, I'm so picky. I love this cereal. If you have not tried it yet, go to magicspoon.com/Seahawks and get $5 off of your order today. Thank you to our friends over at Magic Spoon for making these videos possible. Now, we've said that Henderson is gone. Another guy that is gone is Josh Gordon. So Josh Gordon is a guy that I know some of you had different opinions on whether or not you would want him back in Seattle with, if you want to call it baggage or just off-field drama that Josh Gordon has had. Well, it's no longer an option as he has officially signed with the Kansas City Chiefs. So Josh Gordon is a no-go for Seattle, but I'm not concerned about this. I like what's happening in the wide receiver room in Seattle. To me, this is the positive of the Seahawks offense, obviously apart from Russell Wilson, but I like what's going on with DK Metcalf. I like what we're seeing out of Tyler Lockett, obviously. Freddie Swain, I like what we're seeing from him. It's only going to get better, too, when we see D. Eskridge back, Penny Hart. These guys are perfectly fine, so I don't think not having Josh Gordon is going to make a big difference here. This is not an area that Seattle is lacking, in my opinion. And speaking of D. Eskridge, we've got some positive news as far as injury updates. D. Eskridge is officially expected to play this week, and I think that this is important. We see just the way that depth is important, especially on offense, especially, I guess, in every situation. But I'm happy to see rookie D. Eskridge able to play this week. We'll see how he does against the 49ers. Now, a couple of guys still questionable for this week is Brandon Shell. He's dealing with that ankle injury. Rashad Penny still dealing with the calf. And Benson Manoa, he's also dealing with the neck. So these guys, Pete Carroll said, are too soon to tell. We'll keep you guys updated throughout the week as far as what their practice participation level is like. And then also on the IR list, they are now officially eligible to return. This is Trey Brown, Colby Parkinson, and Cedric Ogbuehi. These are guys that aren't necessarily going to be playing this week, but they are officially eligible for return. So Pete Carroll said that they might practice a little bit. We may see, hey, where is their status at? Can any of these guys potentially play this week? I'm not sure if we are going to see them in this 49ers game, but it's just good to know that I think this 3-week IR situation worked out for most of them. And I think we're going to see hopefully a lot of these guys back pretty soon. And some roster changes that happened today. Robert Nkemdiche has now been activated to the 53-man roster. We're going to talk more about him. But in order to do this, quarterback Jake Luton, he was waived, and tight end Jake Sternberger was added to the practice squad. So just a few adjustments here. The big one obviously being Robert Nkemdiche, and he was a practice squad elevation the last 2 weeks. He's played 80 defensive snaps for Seattle. So I think that they like what they're getting out of him. I think that they're hoping that he can just provide more depth in an area that they are obviously lacking in, that is the defensive line. And speaking of defense, what are we going to do? Ignore the fact that it's defensive coordinator Ken Norton Jr.'s birthday? Happy birthday, Ken Norton Jr. And hey, guys, it's his birthday. Let's not be too mean today. It's his one day to celebrate. So if you want, you can go to the comments and wish him happy birthday. If you don't feel like doing that, maybe just answer this question, which is, will the defense play better this week? Maybe Ken Norton Jr. is going to surprise us for his birthday and provide us with a better defensive plan against the 49ers. Go to the comments right now. Type Y for yes if you think the defense is going to play better. If not, type N for no. But this is going to be a tough game. This is the first divisional game of the season, so this is obviously very important. They are taking on the 49ers. Right now, the 49ers are favorites at -3, and the over-under is set at 52. So this is obviously going to change maybe throughout the week. We're going to preview this later on, but get your early thoughts in right now. Who do you think is going to win this game? If you think it's going to be Seattle, go to the comments right now and type SEA. And if you're saying, hey, I wish I could choose the Seahawks, I don't think it's going to happen, go to the comments and type SF for the 49ers. We're going to keep you guys updated on this matchup, previews, everything. Subscribe now to stay tuned for Seahawks Today.